I see the little counter up in the corner there.
It says we're live.
Over.
I'm just going to assume that we're live.
There.
Doing it live.
Corner.
In the corner.
Yeah, I can see it over there.
Corner.
Did I talk about Stream 3000 last week?
No.
Okay.
What I think we're going to do
to
preface this for Greg here, I don't know how long we're going to talk about like the Switch OLED model, but I figured, and we got some good questions via Twitter today, so let's do like whatever we're going to do at the beginning here.
Good.
Then we'll do news, then some tweets, and then if we have time, we'll see where we are, and maybe we just do that, news and tweets tonight.
We don't talk about what we've been playing?
No, not important.
I don't know.
Since when do people come to this podcast
I
to hear about
really agree with that
video games?
I think we should at least, I mean, if we can get to it, like we can cut it down. Like we don't necessarily need to talk about like say Moss or Dead Cells or Dragon Quest.
Right. That's fine.
I think it's more interesting to hear Phil. I think it's more interesting to hear about you playing Mario Kart Live home circuit
and the update probably.
Okay. Yeah.
I assume.
And I mean, I don't know if we need to talk about either of the things. I'm just saying, let's like prioritize.
Yes.
I say Phil playing Mario Kart Live is higher priority than talking about Dead Cells.
Okay.
Unless you want to mention it for like
Dragon
2
Quest
seconds.
11. Yeah, or just mention it. Because like with Final Fantasy VII Remake, I finished it, and I wouldn't mind talking about the first like hour of Resident Evil Village, but just saying, we don't all need to talk about everything.
We're wasting time right now.
I know. If you just shut up and start.
Well, if someone showed up at the designated time,
exactly,
that would have been good too.
You go to hell.
Hello and welcome to episode
I'm on the Player One podcast, Greg. I'm already there.
All right, start again.
You gonna start it again?
Hello and welcome to episode 766 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, July 13th, 2021. I'm your host, Chris Johnston, and with me as always from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
CJ, it's good to be here. I want you to know I have lots to talk about this week.
At this point in my life, it's good to be anywhere.
I want to say that Phil's Wolf Team T-shirt is really got me excited. Yep.
Yeah. Game creative staff.
Yeah, he's a big Tails fan, clearly. That's all I got.
Okay. And joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
How's it going, Christopher Johnston?
It's going great, Phil.
That's fantastic. I'm going to enjoy a sip of Coca-Cola in honor of your current location.
Oh yeah.
Where are you at?
I'm in Georgia.
You're not in the great
Why
state
would
of
anyone
Washington.
go to Georgia?
Voluntarily.
I know.
They don't even have E3 anymore. I mean, that's the last time I went to Georgia.
Atlanta,
that's probably
right?
True, right? No, we're now that the pandemic, we're vaccinated. We can travel a little bit. We're doing the rounds, visiting the grandparents, and the relatives that are in Georgia, and doing all that for a little bit. We haven't, gone on any major trips in like 2 years. So
why is that?
It's about time. Pandemic, Phil. Pandemic.
Speaking of which, so now that the pandemic, now that I get vaccinated, my second shot in like a week.
Oh
yeah.
So I think that means we need a Player One meetup again.
I think that's what it means. Yeah, we'll have to
finally
travel somewhere and do it up.
I vote for Seattle.
I also vote for Seattle. Let's make it easy on everybody.
Let's put that to a vote.
Except for the Canadian.
Democratic.
Hey, listen, if the show's paying for it, I'll travel.
There it is. See?
There we go.
Boom.
There we are.
You're moving into a house, aren't you? You've extra space. I can stay with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's hot down here. It's humid. Right off the plane, it's like, oh my God, I'm sweating. Haven't had that
that's-
feeling in
yeah.
2 years.
Boy, I don't miss doing that.
You haven't sweat in 2 years?
Look at him.
Look at me. Yeah,
I know
no,
for
of
a
course not.
fact that it was 115 degrees where you were living about.
And I
2
have
weeks
air
ago.
conditioning in my apartment complex, so
Oh, okay.
I was sweating then though.
I see.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, so hello from Georgia, I guess. Where it's later in the day than I'm normally used to podcasting. So anyway,
Welcome
Rosie.
to the club.
Hello from Georgia, I guess. And the
got
state
it. You got
tourism board isn't sure why
Maybe
their
sponsored
new slogan hasn't taken off. Ugh.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's talk about some video game news. I figure we kick it off by talking about the reveal of the Nintendo Switch OLED model, which happened last Tuesday.
Yes.
A new model of the Switch with a better screen, a 7-inch screen instead of the 6.2, and it has better sound as well. 64 gigabytes of storage on board. It has a new fangled kickstand that goes the entire width of the back of the system there, and it's adjustable as well, so you can get multiple angles in there.
That sounds like
if
my
you want.
Multiple angles,
Fully adjustable.
the entire
Fully
width.
adjustable.
The entire
Of the
width. I think you should probably go to a doctor.
Oh, I did, and the doctor was quite impressed. So
Horrified. I've never seen anything like this before. Just none of the medical journals.
do you mind if
I'm
I call in a
preparing
few
for
people?
This is amazing. And it comes with a new dock that has a LAN port built in. So no longer would you have to purchase an external Ethernet port.
Where it
to
seems
hook
to
into
be,
your dock.
where absolutely every other piece of it seems to be focused on making it a better portable experience.
Yeah, that one thing.
The LAN port in the dock feels kind of
An interesting change for sure.
I'm not against it.
They should have put the
but-
LAN port in the system, so you could
Yeah,
just
that would have been better.
buy a
of
really
course.
long cable.
I mean, I will say that I would consider buying, because we're talking about getting another dock anyway,
Yeah.
because now my two oldest both bought Switches for themselves,
Mm.
and the game room TV doesn't, the Wi-Fi is not so great downstairs. So if we do get another dock, I will definitely look at getting one that has the LAN port, because that will
At
make
that
a
point, you
difference.
may as well buy
I'm
another
not
Switch.
buying a new Switch.
Because what is it? There was news last week after this got announced. Some Nintendo fan site said, "Oh, Nintendo's going to sell the dock separately on their website."
I hope so.
I mean, of course they're going to. It's a support. It's like a part number for the
Well, you know,
OLED Switch. They're going to
Of
sell
course
it.
they would, just like this old Wii U controller separately on their website.
Exactly.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, but just like they sell other replacement parts on Nintendo.com, I mean, this thing isn't going to be under $100, is it? Considering the original
dock?
Switch dock set was $100.
Well, was it really?
MSRP,
Well, yeah, I'm sure it'll be able
and
to
it didn't have a LAN port, so this
Okay.
is definitely going to be over 100, right? You probably have to pay more for the white model,
I don't care.
just because white plastic is more expensive. No, I don't really know, but anyway, the price on the new Switch, the OLED
I rolled
model
my eyes so hard there it hurt, actually.
I saw that.
Wow.
Yeah, $349 for the OLED Switch model. So that's $50 above the current Switch $299 price.
So do you figure that they're only going to sell these Joy-Cons? Like, because the Joy-Cons are, I think, a color that you can't get right now, right?
Well,
Like
the
black
white,
and
there's white, and then there's also the blue and red model.
Okay, but the one that they showed with the that's a different shade. You can't get those colors, right? Not the blue and red, but the white. I think they were white and gray or something, weren't they?
Yeah, the
Or-
white is new. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at, do you think that they will ever sell those colors separately? I'm guessing no. So that the crazy people who have to have every color of Joy-Con need to buy the system.
Yeah, but not
uh,
everybody's Pierre Schneider. So
I'm just
You know.
saying, not everybody is, but I wonder. I'm just curious if they ever sell those separately.
I have it on good authority that only one person is him.
Well, only one person is Per Schneider?
Yeah, it's
Per Schneider.
Whose authority do you have that on?
Per Schneider's.
Well, I wouldn't trust him. That seems like something he would say.
I read it online somewhere.
Oh, well, if it's on the internet, it must be true.
Yeah, it's definitely true then.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an interesting tactic. Like usually when new models of video game hardware come out, the older model gets reduced in price, but I figure Nintendo's selling enough Switches where they probably don't have to do that this time. Like there's the old model selling well enough. They don't have to do that.
So the new one is the same price as a Switch, right? Or is it more expensive?
No, it's $50 more expensive. Like I just finished saying.
I wasn't listening.
He did
yeah, because I thought they might just phase out the old model.
I think they will phase out the old model once the sort of component shortages are alleviated somewhat, and I think they will end up dropping it down to $299. I think it will eventually replace the regular Switch at that price. I think the part of the puzzle that we don't have yet is whether or not they're going to do a top-end Switch that would have features that are more beneficial for people who play in docked mode, and that is, you know, not only the OLED screen on the portable thing, but 4K resolution and a better internals, a better chip inside, so that you can do higher frame rates and better resolutions. So whether they'll end up doing that and what price that'll come in at, who knows? Like a lot of people were saying bad things about the rumor mill on the internet, because the Nintendo rumor mill, of course, said that this was going to be the Switch Pro, and it was going to be 4K. And
I think we all fall prey to that though, because the rumor mill kind of goes and does its own thing, and then we all convince ourselves that's what's going to happen.
Yes,
and it's like, well, okay, but Nintendo never said that. Nintendo
never said that, right? And Nintendo does what Nintendo's going to do, right? Just like with Apple rumors. You know, I'm an Apple fan, and I have been for years. And people, before an event all the time, there's a few rumors that either don't come true or don't come completely true.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just used to that, I guess. Maybe video game gamers aren't used to that, I guess, happening. But anyway, and it's possible that the Bloomberg report that we had right before E3 is still going to be correct. It's just going to be a year away or whatever,
right,
or more, depending on.
Or they might just wait and release a new console.
We're kind of in the middle of a component shortage. Does it make sense for Nintendo to, you know, announce and release a 4K Switch that is going to be in very high demand when they don't have the components,
right,
to make enough?
And I think more importantly, when they don't need to.
When they don't need to, exactly, because the Switch is selling very well right now. It's like still the number one hardware platform month after month. So the OLED model is just going to add to that, and people who want a better portable experience than the standard Switch offers can get their hands on this. Now, we did get a few hands-on reports from some tech sites that had some time with it. Nobody actually got to take footage of themselves using it. They just got to write their impressions of it. But it sounds like a big enough upgrade, especially if you're the type of player that plays in the handheld mode a lot, that's really going to be beneficial. And especially with my old man eyesight, now I've got the progressive lenses now. I'm rocking bifocals, basically.
My God, we're old.
I need I need the brightness of an OLED screen. But I was playing the Switch. I was playing Mario Golf on the plane, and just imagining a Switch with a larger bezel and a better.
You mean a smaller bezel?
Smaller bezel. Yeah, larger bezel. Screen. Sorry, larger screen, smaller
Seems
bezel.
Counterproductive.
I want a biggest bezel as possible. Give me the biggest bezel you got.
You can just get a piece of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just tape it right over there.
Go to a frame shop and just buy a giant mat and
all bezel all the time.
Cut out the little screen and tape it on there.
Nothing but bezel, please.
NBB, baby.
Thank you.
NBB.
NBB. I think we have a show title. But I'm looking forward to it. And $349. It would have been great if it'd been the same price as the standard Switch, but I'm interested even at $349.
I think you're right. I think that we might see it drop to the standard price and they phase out the current one.
Yeah. I mean, they've done that with so many other pieces of hardware, like 3DS had so many different configurations where it was like, and now the new one, and then eventually on the website the old one goes away.
Yeah.
I think that'll happen
with like the little animation.
With the animation. It's in Flash. Yeah, exactly.
In Flash.
Like when the new battery capacity switch got announced, I think, if I remember correctly, that was listed as Nintendo Switch new battery version or whatever, and very similar to like the OLED model is being shown here. Although I think they had stickers on the box that it was a bigger like a better battery, but I didn't get the better battery Switch at the time when they announced that, so I'm still rocking the OG.
No better
Switch.
battery, but bigger bezels.
You say that like it's not
no better battery, but smaller bezels.
You say that like it's not normal that you didn't go out and buy.
It's not
the
normal.
Better battery Switch.
Here's the thing.
Not normal for you.
Looking at Nintendo platforms and looking at the number of Game Boy systems that I own, plus like the number of DS, 3DS. When it comes to like,
this is CJ justifying his purchase,
right?
Yeah. I only have one
I've got a
Switch.
reputation.
My daughter has
now.
her Switch, but now I have a reputation for purchasing Nintendo hardware. I have to just
fellas, I have 30 Game Boys. I need to have the. I get
exactly.
it. You don't
have
have
that's exactly what it is.
You don't have
exactly what it is.
You don't have to justify your purchasing decisions to us.
No,
I'm excited about it. I do play a lot in handheld, and I'm looking forward to this. Plus the OLED screen. I mean, the Vita had an OLED screen, and that was a beautiful piece of hardware.
It was.
Yeah. And look at it now.
Yeah. Where's the Vita now, CJ?
Where's the Vita now?
Yeah. Where's your Vita right now at this very moment? I bet it's not even in the same state you're in.
It's not. You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how much I care about the Vita.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the Vita. Bring back Nier. Let's have a change.org position to bring back Nier, please.
Oh my God.
Although people would probably confuse it with the game from Platinum. Bring back Nier. Bring back Nier.
I never understood how PlayStation Nier worked.
I didn't either. No,
I never understood it.
No. But oh well. So I assume you guys are not tempted at all about the OLED.
No,
no.
I don't play in handheld mode ever.
Yeah, you don't.
So
I don't either.
Okay. Yeah.
I
mean, that makes sense. This is not an announcement that I would expect people who play in dock mode to get really excited over.
No.
So it's not for you. It's for people like me who are crazy enough to purchase multiple Nintendo platforms. Yeah.
I'm sure Ethan has 6 of them pre-ordered already.
The one that I didn't get, which was the better screen Game Boy Advance SP, I wish I had bought that.
Yeah, I actually
really
I wish I had one of those.
Oh.
Yeah.
New display. I wish I should.
Here's Phil showing his right now.
Look at that. There it is.
There it is. Yeah.
I still can't find my original SP.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's long gone.
I have like 3 or 4 SPs, and I don't have the new brighter screen one.
Oh man.
It hurts. It
CJ,
hurts.
Again, that's normal.
No, it's not.
It's normal to buy one
for me
and not buy another one.
There we go.
Okay. But anyway, a lot of people are kind of disappointed. I've turned on notifications for Wario 64 so I don't miss out on the pre-orders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Anyway. All right. We also had a Sony State of Play presentation this week.
We did.
That focused mainly around some gameplay of Deathloop. And I figured out during this presentation that I definitely can't buy this game because it does the thing that where the camera is locked to head tracking and the main character or whatever is moving around a lot, and it's just going to make me sick. So I can't, like, without confirmation, without like it being on Game Pass or something, without being able to confirm that it's not going to make me being crazy motion sick, I won't be able to get it. But it continues to look very cool. And a friend of the show, Joe Fielder, wrote some of the
Oh,
stuff he wrote in for Deathloop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's great.
Yes.
Joe Fielder, super nice guy.
Super nice guy. Yes.
I like Joe a lot.
Joe Fielder is excellent.
Yeah.
And now he works at Sucker Punch, which is even better.
That's pretty cool.
Yes. So
currently working on Rocket Robot on Wheels 2.
Finally.
I hope so. Gosh.
Larrabee Locke.
Larrabee Locke, apparently. Yeah. Well, we got some new looks at some other games like Sifu, Jet the Far Shore, Lost Judgment. There was a trailer in there. Death Stranding Director's Cut is the thing that's happening.
Wow. CJ, tell us how you feel about that.
I have absolutely no interest in Death Stranding.
But this is Kojima's true vision for the
True
game.
Vision. Yeah, the director wasn't able to.
Oh, is that what it said?
It's
Or
the director's cut?
because I didn't want. I know it's the director's cut, but I wondered if they actually used that phrase in the.
I can't.
I didn't watch any of these, to be honest.
I doubt they did.
Okay.
I doubt they
Be
did.
awesome if it did, though.
I'm just, you know what, Greg? I was just being a little snarky.
You?
I don't believe it.
Just a little.
I don't believe it. But of interest, maybe to you guys with your PlayStation VRs, we got an announcement for Moss Book 2. So Moss, a really
I know
good game on PSVR,
which inspired me to start playing the first one.
Oh, you hadn't played it yet.
That's why it was on my what I've been playing list. That
we're not allowed to talk about tonight.
I'm not allowed to talk about.
You're not allowed to talk about.
I got shouted down about talking about playing Moss.
Just for everybody listening, there was no shouting. There was no shouting. CJ suggested that we don't have what you've been playing at all, which I felt was a little harsh. So I suggested prioritizing. Phil, as usual, wasn't helpful in the least.
CJ made a
he
lot
just
of
waited
cracks.
he just waited until the show. He just waited until the show
appearance
to make
I didn't do that.
Very rude. Very rude.
Not wrong, but rude.
I mean, look in a mirror. Yeah.
I'm not gonna
charlatan.
Exactly. I'm not gonna body shame anyone. Doctor said I needed to lose weight 2 weeks ago.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I had my physical.
Welcome to the club.
Ago.
Yeah, welcome to the last 40 years.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Moss Book 2 coming to PSVR.
Yeah.
Which is cool. No date, I guess, on that. It's just a thing that's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be there day one anyway.
And then I was excited about Ilphonic announced a new game called Arcade Gedden.
Oh.
And this is a really interesting roguelike PvE co-op shooter that has
really selling me on it so far.
PvP elements as well. You can play it offline. You can play it solo.
Okay, well, you know what? That actually is turning in the right direction.
But it's sort of a randomized, randomly generated environments, and it's really pretty fun arcade gameplay. The story of the game is that you're trying to save your grandpa's arcade.
I like that part.
Okay. So it's like joysticks.
It's like movie. Exactly. It's basically joysticks without the movie license.
God. I watched that for the first time this year.
Yeah,
it was everything I hoped it would be.
But the gameplay is cool, and you can there are boss fights in there. It reminds me a lot of Risk of Rain 2, but more arcade gameplay. Mm-hmm. You can upgrade all of your weapons, and there's sometimes you'll have boss fights. Other times it'll ask you if you want to do a PvP mode where suddenly you turn on your teammates and try to kill them for points and upgrades. So it's pretty interesting. I picked it up on PS5 and PC because I'm a fan of Ilphonic, Friday the 13th, Predator, Hunting Grounds. You know, these are games that I enjoy. It's on early access on PlayStation, though.
Okay.
And Epic Game Store, early access all around. But they have a content roadmap out now, and I played through the tutorial. It's really pretty fun. Really enjoying it. But anyway, I see how I snuck my what you've been playing in there while we're talking about news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good.
That's how you do it.
We're not allowed to talk about what we played, but
but
CJ can bring it up.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, that was those are the highlights from State of Play. Why don't we talk about some tweets? Going out of order. I'm going to do tweets now. I don't have the soundboard, so you actually have to do the tweets song.
You want me to do the song now after you were so cruel to me? I
was not cruel to you. That That was not me.
You know what? Tweedly deedly dee. Tweedly deedly dee. Tweet.
I know. I knew you couldn't resist.
I got over it.
Yeah.
I forgave all of you.
You did. You did.
I did.
All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias Namava, who says, last week, Phil called Zelda the Minish Cap underrated. What are a few more underrated titles? Bonus points if CJ doesn't say Sea of Thieves.
You just said it.
Damn it.
He got you. He got you.
Thanks, CJ.
I mean, it did get under a 70 on Metacritic. Let's just put that out there.
What are some underrated games?
You really need to warn us when you're going to bring up tweets like this.
What
they're on the outline?
Well, what read the outline?
What?
Yikes! Yikes!
God, I'm busy. What do you want from me? One that we've talked about on the show many, many times, and I think that I actually underrated it is Guitar Man.
Oh,
man!
Great game.
You can see behind me there,
Phil,
way off in the background.
Every single thing we talk about in the show, is some reference to something in that room.
It's an audio podcast.
I have my Guitar Man poster right behind me there. Yeah. Used to be hanging in the Koei offices back in the day, and now
another company Phil shut down.
Now it's in my living room. I never worked for that company. How can
That's how far you reach.
They're still in business.
Yeah, they were bought.
No, they weren't.
They merged then.
I think Koei bought Tecmo.
Yeah, does Koei America still exist, though?
They bought Tecmo, huh?
Does Koei America still exist?
I'm pretty sure it does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're buying other companies. If anything, I helped them.
I don't think that's
true. By promoting their Warriors series so extensively on this show, these past 14 plus years.
Yeah.
Back when you were in your early 30s.
Boy, oh boy.
14 years and 40 pounds ago.
Late 20s for me.
Goodness
I don't think
gracious. What else is are we talking?
I mean, you're a fan of the EDF series. That's criminally underrated.
I wouldn't say criminally.
No,
I'd say it's rated just about where it should be.
It should be.
It really is. I mean, I would not say that game series is underrated. It is the right amount of rating.
It is the right amount of rated.
Yeah.
Rated correctly.
It is neutral buoyancy in terms of ratings. Yeah.
I mean, what it sort of depends, like rating versus popularity, right? Like, what are some games that people just don't
like
that maybe are critically acclaimed that nobody played?
Like one that immediately popped into my head that was that kind of thing, because it's certainly highly regarded, but the sales were not there, was Elite Beat Agents.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that was a good time.
A remarkably good game.
Yeah.
Sunset Overdrive.
I need to play Sunset. I actually have.
It's so good.
It's right over there. It's right over there on my shelf. I need to play it. I did pick it up.
It's on Game Pass too.
Yeah, but I bought it like a couple years ago for like $5 or something.
Yeah.
My goodness. But just saying.
Rocket Robot on Wheels.
There it is.
Go.
There it is. Yep. We finally got there.
We got
Blinks
to
the
it.
Time Sweeper.
Blinks
the Time Sweeper.
Here's the thing about Blinks.
Oh boy.
Let's just
he's been holding this in for weeks.
Tangent on Blinks.
I
thought what they were doing with the like using the feature that was only on the Xbox at that time, was very interesting. Like being able to rewind gameplay as long as they were, like you could rewind almost like the whole level in that thing. Like the way that they were using it was super interesting, and it couldn't be done on any other hardware at that time. So I mean, Is it an amazing platformer now?
And hey, it became a standard feature in a lot of different things, especially racing games.
Yeah, exactly. But what that game brought to the table, I think, was interesting. It was important for video games to have that kind of step. If it wasn't going to be R-Tune with blinks, it would have been somebody else.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
Yeah.
You know what? The Gravity Rush games.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Rush.
I love me the Gravity Rush games.
That is a very good answer.
Somebody in the chat is also saying Fist of the North Star, the one that Sega released. It's a good point. It's very much a Yakuza game.
Oh, I've heard that.
Right.
Yeah, I've heard that was good.
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting. And somebody mentioned Part-Time UFO as well.
Oh, yeah. Part-Time
From
UFO
HAL Labs.
It's a top-notch little game.
That's out on mobile and on Switch.
Yeah.
And definitely worth picking up.
Way worth playing. Very good stuff.
Absolutely. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Yeckles, who says, what are your gaming routines? Couch or recliner? Lights low, stretch first, favorite snack/drink combo? Cheeto fingers get licked, wiped on jeans, or
licked? Ugh.
You don't lick your fingers when you eat Cheetos, or
not when I'm using a controller.
That's waste.
That's gross.
So you're just getting the Cheeto dust on the controller.
No, I'm totally rubbing it on my pants. I didn't say I.
You gotta moisten the tips so that the cheese slides off on.
Definite lick, and then paper towel if need be.
A what?
Paper
towel.
Yeah. What is a paper?
Like a napkin. Just gonna dab right there.
Oh, you're one of those East Coast elitists.
Yeah, dab right there on your hands.
You know, if you're too prissy to use your pants, just use your couch. Use your
that's a good one too. Yeah,
couch cushions right there. You know,
or if you have a pet.
The kids do that. I don't do that.
Like a cat or a dog that would want to lick the Cheeto dust off.
You get the animal
you're
to lick
getting
it off
back
for
to
you?
the whole sticky fingers with saliva and now putting them on the controller issue.
But then again, you wipe it on the couch. And then after a couple weeks, you just flip the cushion.
Oh, God.
Then a couple weeks later, flip it again. The cycle continues until the couch breaks.
There you go.
Or it's so filthy that you have to buy a new one.
I've never had that happen. Couch always breaks before I become too disgusted with the couch.
I like to play on the couch. I'm a couch video game. I don't have a recliner to.
I don't have a recliner either.
Me neither.
It's couch for me.
Yep. Same here.
Bed.
You don't have a bed?
I don't do that.
I have an Xbox and Switch dock in the bedroom for when I need to get intimate.
Say no more. Say no more.
I need to dock my Switch.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then pull out the Joy-Cons.
Yeah. You're real excited. It's getting up to.
How am I the one who's
not
married anymore? With the two stories we just heard, and I'm the one who's not married anymore. I don't understand. You guys are married to saints.
Let me tell you about this Mario Golf game and all its many holes. Jeez Louise.
That's no stretching. I don't stretch. Do you guys?
Who stretches?
Stretch out the the fingers, the hands.
I'm way too sedentary to stretch ever.
People don't actually do that. That's not a thing people do.
No.
You don't crack your knuckles?
No.
Time to
the arthritis in my hands acts up if I crack my knuckles.
Oh, does it really?
I'm seriously though, like my hands get sore if I play for too long. Maybe I should stretch.
Oh, there you go. This is a good idea. No stretching.
Life hack.
I play. I got it. The game systems are all hooked up in the family room there. Given the choice, I will have all the lights turned out. So I'll tell you what.
A little bit of sexy music playing.
I don't do the lights.
Candles.
Low lights.
Oh really?
Really? No, I got to turn the lights out because the light I have in my living room, if I'm sitting on that couch back there, it reflects off the TV screen.
Right.
So
really?
Lights have to be out.
I like having the lights because
I'm not even a lights out movie watcher. I'm just not. I don't know.
Well, what do you do in theaters?
CJ only turns the lights out when he's docking his Switch and pulling out the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, apparently.
It's just more comfortable that way.
That OLED screen's gonna be nice and bright too.
Feels less self-conscious that way.
Yeah, I don't have to look at myself.
The doctor did just tell me he has to lose weight.
Let me tell you, for as much as I love playing games on the PlayStation VR, the absolute worst part of playing games on the PlayStation VR is when you first turn on the thing and it shows you the viewpoint of the camera so you can see yourself.
Oh yeah, that's
slouching on the couch.
Yeah. Who's that? That piece of shit in that chair.
Oh boy, let me tell you.
And he's bald.
You sure you want to spend the next hour playing video games? Wouldn't it be better?
Maybe go get some exercise.
Maybe you should lift some weights.
What's your step count today?
I have learned if I'm going to play PlayStation VR, gotta throw in some pants and a shirt. I got to, because I don't like what I'm seeing.
VR set up, you call your wife and he's like, honey, just stand here and wear this for just a second.
Oh boy. Yeah.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about our horrible selves.
All right, favorite snack drink combo. I mean, obviously Coke Zero is mine. Although I've been trying to cut down on that. I'm down to one Coke Zero a day.
That's still too many.
One. I know, but I need my caffeine somehow.
To be honest, I mean, I just held up a piece of tea, but usually water. I drink water.
Yeah, water. I have a soda.
Not really
stream.
much of a snacker.
Fizzy water. I get the fizzy water going, and
I
then
can't stand fizzy water.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't snack while I'm playing a video game.
No, me neither.
I generally don't either. Actually,
I mean, I have a closet full of old boxes of Gamer Grub snacks.
Gross.
Now, I'm sure if I played the Yakuza games and had to sit through cinematics that are like 10 minutes long, I'd probably be more of a snacker.
Really?
I'm just kidding.
Would you get like themed?
CJ's not kidding.
No.
Would you get like
theme snacks? Japanese, wasabi peas. Get some wasabi peas. Yeah. Those are good. Wasabi peas are good.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'll have a soda or I'll have some water. But I don't really.
M&Ms. Sometimes M&Ms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. Or if I'm playing Sea of Thieves, I'm usually on a PC in a desk chair.
Yeah.
No snack.
Because you're in a desk chair, obviously.
That's right. You can't enjoy a snack in a desk chair. Duh. Obviously. All right. Let's do this one.
You lost me.
Hacker Alias.
Is that a gag or?
Yeah, I don't get.
Is your desk chair not in front of a desk?
It is in front of a desk. Yeah.
And you can't put a.
I do occasionally have snacks there. Yeah.
Snack on your desk.
I meant it facetiously.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Hacker Alias Ultra Engie says, how did reviewing imports go back in the day? Example, did you need power converters for different regions consoles, swap tricks, etc.? How did the game/reviewer get chosen? We didn't really review
a lot of imports.
We didn't do really many imports. It was very rare when we did.
We would do preview coverage using imports.
All right.
Yeah. But I will say, I seem to remember, I don't know if the blue PS1s did this, but the PlayStation 2 test consoles would play imports.
Oh, yeah.
So you didn't have to worry about that. CJ's crinkling his brow, but it's true.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, positive. Okay. Because I used to play, because I would buy imports and I played them on the test kit that I had until the test kit died. Yeah. So I don't know if the PS1 test kits were blue, and I have no idea if those worked that way. And I'm trying to remember if
I'm pretty sure they did.
I think the key discs for the Dreamcast worked the same way, but I'm not sure. There were a lot of import Dreamcasts around the office, though. So kind of.
Or you get the Game Shark.
I remember previewing a bunch of import games, so that was a thing. But for the most part, we had import systems around. Before the PS2 was released here, we had PS2s in the office. I think you
bought them.
Yeah, you got them, CJ. Same with the Dreamcast, and
so Zone?
No, I was in Japan for the PS2 launch.
Okay.
And I think, what did we get? 3 for the office. And I bought 1 for myself as well. And basically, for that Japan trip, I wore clothes that I was like ready to throw out. And I would just, they just like trash my clothes and basically just like brought home 3 PS2s in my luggage.
That would have been big. Those boxes were huge.
Well, I took them out of the boxes.
Oh, still though, those systems were big.
They were big, yes, you're right. But I had two. So I had 2 big. When I went on the trip, I basically put a suitcase inside another suitcase.
Yeah,
I had all my ready to throw away, like almost worn out video game T-shirts, and socks and all of those things.
So you were over in Japan, dressed like a hobo.
Dressed like a hobo.
And all your filthy, ratty old clothes that you were just on the verge of throwing out.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you actually throw out some clothes over there?
Yes.
Okay. So you did.
And then I used some as packing material for the PS2s. You don't want them rattling around in there. That's a tip, well, I did not use old underwear as the packing material. No, I did. It was socks and shirts. And
socks are pretty gross too. But anyway.
Yeah, whatever. No one was the wiser. No one knew that I packed them next to my shorts.
And you don't know what CJ was using the socks for. So
holding
them. We all know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do we could talk about how you, because Greg, you were the reviews editor for EGM for a while, right?
And the previews editor.
How did you choose people? How did you choose the reviewers?
I mean, it had a lot to do with the genres. Like sports games were pretty easy because we had Dean Hager and Todd. We had access to Todd Zuniga's time and Dan Leahy's time. So and Craig Kuyava was on staff. So you kind of gave sports games to those guys. And then, you'd make, you'd add in a certain people depending on the type of game. Like if it was a hockey game, I would get added on and that sort of thing. But otherwise, it was sort of a genre thing. Certain people in there had certain genres they played a lot of, like CJ music games. CJ would almost definitely always be on there. Sort of platformers and that sort of thing too. Mark McDonald, I gave a lot of shooters to. There were certain people on staff that would play RPGs and certain people that didn't play them at all. So you would never assign like an RPG again to Dean Hager as an example, is just off the top of my head. And then it also had a lot to do with because a lot of people on staff had specific sections that they were running. And depending on how busy that section was going to be, they were super busy. Chris Maboyer being a perfect example of that, because he was the features editor, and 9 times out of 10 he wrote the cover story.
Yep.
Not always, but most of the time. And even if he didn't write it, he edited it. So he was fairly busy a lot of those months. So you tried to keep his workload a little bit lighter. Whereas like Sean Smith, I don't think he ran any particular section unless we ran gear. I think he ran the gear section. We didn't always run that. So Sean, you could give more games to. So it was really a case by case basis. After you decided what was actually going to be in the magazine and how much space it was going to get, if it needed 1 reviewer or 3 reviewers, if it was a crappy Game Boy game, we could offload it to Ethan Einhorn. And that's absolutely true. Ethan reviewed a ton of
really did.
Nothing Game Boy Color games.
Yeah.
Because he was a freelancer and he had the time and he wanted the work. So, that kind of became
that was
his
also
thing.
at a time when we tried to review everything,
but we stepped away from that after a while.
Became untenable.
Yeah.
And also, what was the point of reviewing some of those games?
And CJ, the same thing.
Want to know about the Austin Powers Game Boy Color games.
Right. Little Nicky GBC.
But CJ, the same thing where he ran the news section, depending on what his workload was that month, because he was planning it and writing a lot of it, maybe not all of it. And some months there was more to do than others. And
that's true.
So yeah, we would lighten the load there. So it was real, but yeah, it had everything to do with genre and history and how busy that person was going to be.
Yeah.
Every month.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this one from hacker alias Rambus Dunk, who says, tried playing co-op Castle Crashers with my kid the other day and ultimately gave up because we couldn't figure out how to get around it wanting to sign in a second Xbox Live account. You guys ever run into that problem? It's very frustrating.
I'm sure I have.
I probably have at some point. Yeah.
Here's the thing on Xbox, like it wants to sign in a profile for a second player. I'm not actually sure if it requires an Xbox Live account. Unless you're going to be playing online.
Or is that only on PlayStation?
You used to be able to sign in as a guest.
I know you can on PlayStation.
They allow that anymore. Castle Crashers may not allow that. I don't know. But yeah, I guess just create like a dummy account. It'll want you to have it be an Xbox Live account, but it can be an Xbox Live Silver account. It doesn't have to be a gold account that you're paying for or anything. It just basically wants the profile so that it can do whatever its internal saving structure or achievement thing that's going to do is it shouldn't be that hard. I haven't tried it in a long time either,
well, I mean,
but my daughter has a profile on my Xbox. So
yeah, to go back to what the original question was, yes, I've definitely run into that before. I don't remember how I fixed it, but it's
sign up for a silver.
And I don't know if the most modern consoles, like the latest ones, have this problem, but it used to be a thing where it's like I just want to play some couch co-op and I have to jump through.
Yeah,
not a lot of hoops, but even one or two is enough, right? Like it's like I just want to play, please. Does it have to be part of an account? But yeah.
Or if it would be nice if that was a requirement to allow you to make like a temporary account or something that you then migrated to a full account later or something, so you could quickly do it.
Right.
But I don't know if that's the case, unfortunately. But anyway, let's do this one from hacker alias P.O. who says, do you think that the Switch being relatively underpowered compared to the other mainstream consoles forces developers to concentrate on gameplay rather than fancy ray-traced graphics?
Nope.
Nah, I don't think so.
No, because, and I don't know if this is true as much as it was in previous console generations, but like with the Wii was a great example of this, and that's when I was really heavily involved in game development. But third-party games didn't sell that great on the Wii, so really at that point you looked at PS3. Was it PS3 and Xbox? Yeah, PS3 and Xbox 360, and kind of figured out how to make something that would run well on those systems. So you aim for the lower of the two bars there, which was usually basically the lead SKU was usually Xbox 360, and then you made it run nicely on the PS3. You didn't bring it all down so that it would run well on the Wii and then have those other two games. If anything, you created a completely separate Wii version.
No.
But like speaking as when the studio I was at was working on the Wii version of Madden, it was a completely separate branch. And honestly, it wasn't given the resources that the 360 and PS3 were, because that was where those games were going to sell. They wanted it to exist on the Wii, and I'm sure they wanted it to sell on the Wii, but realistically, third-party games didn't sell very well on the Wii. I'm guessing the Switch is kind of the same thing, so which is why you don't see them scrambling to get like Call of Duty, on the Wii. I don't think, or on the Switch. I'm sorry.
On the Wii,
Call of Duty was on the Wii. It was on the Wii. That's right. But you don't see sort of the big third parties scrambling to get stuff on there. They do it every now and then, but I would love to see numbers on that. For as popular as the Switch is, I'm guessing third party games like the big cross-platform stuff like Assassin's Creed and that sort of thing, probably sell the worst on the Switch.
Possible.
I'm not sure, but that's just my guess.
But yeah,
if you'll excuse me, I have to temporarily disable the parental controls on my daughter's Switch.
Uh-oh.
If I remember the code.
Oh, CJ.
And I mean, it's not like,
One,
games like
two,
games like Ratchet suffering from gameplay because it has pretty graphics.
No,
right?
No, I don't think so. But I mean, if people are making Switch games, I mean, is Nintendo focusing on gameplay rather than fancy ray trace graphics? Yes.
But I think like Nintendo, though, they started doing something, I think, back on the GameCube that was important, which is where they stopped sort of, it wasn't so much about brute force power on their systems anymore, but Nintendo definitely went the route of great art direction.
Yeah.
So their games still look great, but they're not pushing an obscene amount of polygons that you would see on, say, the competing systems at the time. And they've kind of kept doing that, I think, since the GameCube, really.
Right.
And they do it well.
Wind Waker still looks good.
Right. Yeah, a great example.
We can come up with an art style that looks timeless, that it's not going to necessarily matter. I mean, yeah.
And if you want real brute force power, the original Xbox
has brute force,
where you go to play brute force. Good. Yeah,
that's where you go.
Halo killer. It's going to be the big Halo killer.
Yep. They did have high hopes for that one.
They did.
Yeah. Let's do this one from hacker alias JRT1138, who says, just finished my first playthrough of Ratchet & Clank 2016, and I was wondering if all of you got the platinum for this one like you did for Rift Apart. I only have about half of the trophies at the moment.
I did not.
I didn't either. I didn't even... I wasn't really a platinum chaser. I'm still not. Even though I got the platinum for Rift Apart, the only reason I did was because it was like 4 things, and they were pretty easy to clean up after I finished it. I'm not sure what the trophy list is for Ratchet 2016, but I don't think I had the same drive to clean that up as I did with Rift Apart.
You get a gold trophy if you sit through the movie.
If you buy the Blu-ray,
you gotta play the Blu-ray on your.
So disappointing. Every time you bring that up, I just relive how disappointing that movie was.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I never watched it. I watched it only through the cutscenes in the game.
And you that's the thing. Like, it was just one of those moments where it's like, but why is this bad? Like, it shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Like, you already had great stories set up, and you have great characters, and why is this as bad as it is?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Is that all?
You tell us.
The question?
Post.
That is the question. All right. Let's do this one from hacker alias Mathman1024. You go to a gourmet video game restaurant for a 3-course meal. Oh. What games would you include for the appetizer, main course, and dessert? What game would represent the drink?
Ooh.
This is another one you guys probably should have had some more time to think about. We're old and can't think on the fly.
So, a game to serve as an appetizer. I would think you would want to start off with something a little retro, something a little simplistic.
A little retro, yeah.
Maybe a Ms. Pac-Man.
Pac-Man Championship Edition, maybe.
My favorite retro game, Pac-Man Championship Edition. Exactly.
Retro, but retro revival.
One of those old games retro that I played as a kid. I'm thinking something, a little palate cleanser. You start off with a little Ms. Pac-Man.
Why would you need to cleanse the palate with the
Galaga? What's that?
I thought the palate cleanser was like in between courses.
What do I look like? Some sort of maitre d'?
You kind of look like you've eaten a lot of meals. That's all I'm saying.
Video game sommelier.
Meals?
Sorry, candy's not a meal. I guess.
Bags of Doritos, sure.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
3-course meals?
Not so much.
I don't know. But then your big meal. What do you? What
would
you
like a meaty RPG?
Yeah.
Like your Ys 9 or your Dragon Quest.
I don't know. See, that seems. That's I don't know if you want a long.
Oh, that wouldn't be your main course. You wouldn't want something long and drawn out.
I mean, do you want to sit and eat for 50 hours?
Yes.
Not you. We know you. Oh boy.
I like a Breath of the Wild. That'd be a good main course.
There you go.
Game.
There you go.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Jesus
that's like how when I only like eating meals at restaurants if when I'm a couple minutes into I take a few bites and someone comes out and smashes my plate. Says, "Oh, sorry.
This plate is over. You have to find a new plate."
Find a new plate.
In the dark.
Don't worry. Later in the meal, you're gonna have a whole bunch of plates in your inventory. You can just keep swapping those plates out. It's not really that annoying.
Where would you put Picross? Would Picross be the dessert? Would Picross be a good dessert?
Oh,
it's a nice little like wind down. Game.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Close it off with a little Picross.
Yeah.
Then what to drink?
Like Wave Race. Water.
Because there's a lot of water in it. I got it.
Yeah, I get it.
Sea of Thieves?
It's seawater though.
Jesus,
so
here
that's
we go.
seawater. That's all seawater.
Here we go.
You don't drink that. That's terrible.
Have you ever tried it?
Have I had seawater in my mouth?
It's bad if you've never.
I mean, I've been swimming in the ocean. I've had seawater go into my mouth.
That's not enough.
It's not refreshing.
Sorry, that's not enough.
You have to have more.
Yeah,
is what you're.
Not enough.
That's your big survival.
That's right.
Yeah. Just drink more seawater.
Just drink more.
Yeah, there's a lot of salt in it, but if you keep drinking more, you're getting more water. It's just math. What would you drink? What would you drink then? Drinky?
Me? Talking to me, or are you talking?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm
Greg.
Talking to you.
I stopped listening to this conversation 5 minutes ago.
Exactly. See, I know Greg doesn't care, so I'm trying to. Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, geez. Okay. Geez, guys.
Hey, I made some solid suggestions. I'd say.
You did. Do we want to do a quick what you've been playing? Because Greg is itching to get this what you've been playing in.
No, I'm itching to get out of this conversation. I don't care what we do after this.
Yes. What have you been playing?
Yeah, tell us all about it, Greg.
I played stuff.
Looking at NASCAR. Stop looking at NASCAR.
I'm not looking at NASCAR races.
Oh, you're looking at something else.
Jerk.
Oh man. Oh,
check my email.
Anything interesting?
No, not at all.
Orders
depressing, actually. No, I'm not. You're talking to the wrong guy. Phil pre-ordered like 3 things today. The last hour while we've been recording. Phil pre-ordered at least 2 things.
Did not pre-order anything today.
Hey, that Seinfeld Lego set goes on sale pretty soon, or the Lego Ideas set.
I'm absolutely buying that.
Only for VIP members.
Can I get in on your VIP membership there, Phil?
I don't know. They sometimes limit those sets to like 1 per customer, and I'm buying it. So,
well, if they don't, hook a brother up. Come on. Come on, Phil.
You know what? I'll talk about what you've been playing next week.
Have I ever?
Because we're completely off the rails. Listen, one thing I want to do though. Actually, 2 things I want to do. So one is that I was on a podcast this week called Stream 3000.
Okay.
That I would like to call out. Actually, I think it was last week. Now I don't remember.
Oh, boy.
It's been a long time. I'm old.
How does it work?
What?
I said time. How does it work?
Right. Yeah. Anyway, it's called Stream 3000, and it was basically like a long form interview style podcast where I got to talk about my gaming career, which is kind of neat. But 2 hours long, So, if you like listening to my voice, and why wouldn't you? You're here. Clearly, you enjoy it. I talk a lot about CJ and Phil and what I really think of them.
Finally.
You should go check it out. Stream 3000. It's on YouTube. Stream 3000.
Cool. I'll link to that in the show notes if I remember. If I remember.
The other thing that I wanted to mention is, and I've mentioned this on the show a few times, but I've been working on a top 100 games video for about 2 years now.
Whoa!
It's finally.
The problem is they keep coming out with games.
I know. Right?
Just to keep adjusting it.
Exactly. It's done.
In the video game industry, I implore you, stop making
please
games.
Stop. Just let me finish this video. Give me a week. It's done and it's ready to be viewed, and it's on YouTube, and it will be premiering this Wednesday night.
Is it one long video?
1.5 hours long.
90 minutes?
90 minutes.
Wow.
Give us a tease. What's number 100?
It's Decathlete for the Saturn.
Oh. I disagree with your list already.
See? And that's why you should be there. So Wednesday night on my YouTube channel, 9 p.m. Eastern. Settle in, get some popcorn. Tell me how wrong I am, respectfully.
No. You know what? No, Decathlete is the 100th best game of all time. I've always thought that. When I first played that game,
there was a lot of research that went into this.
Yeah.
So But anyway, go watch that stuff. I'm not talking about what I've been playing. I'll talk about that next week when CJ is going to give us more time.
Okay.
I feel rushed and I don't like it.
Wow. I guess Phil, do you want to talk about what you've been playing?
I absolutely do. Yeah. So Greg.
Okay.
Dead Cells?
Well, no, I want to ask you, so have you played Moss? You've played through Moss?
Yeah.
Okay.
I loved it.
I you know what? I got it. It came included with my PSVR when I picked that up.
When everyone bought it because of Astrobot.
Exactly. And I played 5 minutes of it and then just was like, "Ooh, this looks really cute. It looks really neat. I'm going to have to sit down and play this sometime." And then
never did.
Life happens and I never did. And then I saw the trailer for Book 2 in the State of Play. I said, "Well, crap. What the hell is going on over there?"
Excuse me.
I'm hearing
CJ's O-rings are squeaking.
Got to get those tightened up.
Are you wetting yourself?
That was the reason he went to the doctor. Doctor, my O-rings, they're leaking. Got to tighten them up.
I'm getting a constant dribble. Is that
normal?
I'm not
for a man your age.
I'm not applying pressure or anything. It's just constant. It's like I didn't turn the tap all the way off. What's the chunk factor? So I went.
Does the doctor ask that? What's the chunk factor? Is that a medical term?
That was Spielberg talking to Richard Donner about the Goonies production.
Jesus.
This is a pretty good script we got here, Richard. What's the chunk factor?
What's the chunk factor? Needs more truffle shuffle.
Poor Chunk.
Richard Donner passed away recently.
He did.
That's too bad. He made some fine films.
He did.
I mean, he was in his 90s.
Well, I'm not saying it was unexpected.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
but
it's taken before his time.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying he made some good movies. But I finally sat down and I'm playing through Moss, and I'm assuming because it's only 4 hours, somewhere around there.
It's not very long.
It's not a long game, and I'm a few chapters in, and man, oh man, that game is charming as all get out.
It really is,
and I absolutely adore it. And the way my mind is just immediately fooled by VR. Just being inside some of these structures and things like that, I'm just like, holy crap, this is a treat. I'm having a blast with it.
Now, I'm glad you're liking it. It was really easy to overlook. It was great that it was part of that bundle, and it was always a really good game, but it was easy to overlook because it was bundled with Astrobot.
Right.
Yeah.
And Astrobot was just so immediately,
of course.
that was like the new game. So you wanted to play that right away. And it was
exactly.
Yeah. But no, Moss is absolutely worth giving the time to. And I'm
for sure.
so happy that, because I think they said a long time ago that they were working on book 2.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so happy that it's imminent, because I've been really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, the trailer made me want to dive back in, and I am extremely glad that I did, because it's a top-notch little game.
Yeah, it is for sure.
I did play Dead Cells, as you mentioned. You know what it was I was messing around with Game Pass, getting stuff pre-installed, Flight Sim, Psychonauts 2, and I saw Dead Cells on there, and it's like I mean, I have Dead Cells on Switch and PC, but I was like, I'll download it on Xbox, why not? And then I was like, hey, let me play through a game, and I played through it, and had a pretty decent run, and then I was like, oh, I'll try it again, and then just like plowed through it and finished it, which
that's amazing.
Not expecting to do. So I was very pleased with myself, and now I'm trying to go back and finish it on the Switch, because that's the version that I actually bought, and I bought the extra DLC that came out on the Switch. So I don't know. I don't know if you how much of this game you guys have played.
None.
Not enough.
It's first of all, it's fantastic. It is. It's not quite Rogue Legacy, because what is, but it's up there. It's certainly up there in terms of rogue light games that I really enjoy. But it's got some post game stuff. You get some extra powers added in the post game that allows you to kind of traverse to new areas and stuff like that. So
cool.
Trying to do that. But then what Greg was so hyped to hear about in our little pre-show discussion, I finally busted open my copy of Mario Kart Live : Home Circuit.
Mario Kart Live :
Yep. Mario Kart Live.
Sounds messy.
If you you go into your doctor
after he tells you to lose some weight,
you drink, you spend the day before drinking that nasty liquid to clear out your bowels, and then they put the camera up there, and you get to race around.
It's like Sewer Shark, but different. Different kind of sewer.
To be fair,
6 anus.
Pretend it's a game.
Just keep you off the wall.
The doctor was telling me, it was the last thing I heard the doctor say before I fell asleep.
On 3, ready? 3. Oh, wait.
Oh boy. Yikes. But now that I have given Sewer Shark, man. It's a great game. Now that I have a house that has room and such, I was able to set up a little course.
Yeah.
And drive my Mario Kart around in it. Have you guys played this? Have we talked about this?
Yeah, I played. Greg has.
Okay, that's right.
I really enjoyed it. My biggest problem is that the space we're in is small enough that there's not a lot of options for different.
I'm kind of in this. Kind of in the same route. Yeah. It's like I had a little course I ran through this room and then the next room over. So but it's just not can't do a whole lot of different course layouts unless I wanted to get like real fancy with like stacking up books and things like that.
Yeah, which I've seen people do.
Yeah, like
and it's very cool.
Lining up the raceway with toys and and stuff like that, which would be very cool to do, but I'm a lazy man. I'm a lazy man.
I'm right there with you.
But it's neat. It's really cute. I was surprised at how not fast moving the cart was.
Are you playing on the highest speed?
I wasn't. No,
okay, you should.
Does the cart actually speed up a lot? Okay, okay.
I mean, it's not insanely fast, but you're also at floor level, so it feels. But it is faster.
Yeah, when you're watching on the screen, or when you have it on the TV or in the handheld mode, the illusion is that you're going a lot faster then the cart, the actual toy cart, is actually moving. So, but it's really cool. Finn,
it's cute, right?
Finn had a blast with it. I mean, he was just, the novelty of seeing himself on the TV and stuff like that. So it's
my kids really enjoyed it too. When we first broke it out and we were playing it, my youngest who's around Finn's age. It was hard to get her to get out of the way of it.
Oh yeah,
she always had to be on the screen, right?
He was having the same problem. Yeah. He would run and it would drive between his legs, and then he'd run around and get down on the floor so his face is right up next to it. And I'm just like, I'm trying to steer around this.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm going to drive right into your nose.
do not step on this very expensive.
Yeah.
Well, and they just put out an update for this that adds some stuff. I don't know what was added, but I heard that there was an update that added course stuff to it.
Well, have it put out when did this?
Oh, in the last 2 weeks.
Okay, so I had not played it before. I mean, because it did, if I remember correctly, I believe it did update. No, it did. It did. I am remembering. I selected the update option just to see if there was anything that had to update, and it did download a patch.
Yeah,
but I have not played it pre-patch, so I have no idea what.
I don't recall either, since I don't have that game.
This has been very informative.
There's something I would maybe encourage Greg, if you wanted to go back. There's something new. I don't know what it is, but there's new stuff.
You can only imagine.
Why are we making this up, Dad? CJ said there was something new.
Something new.
I don't know what.
Hope you remember what it was like last time.
I hope you remember the old stuff, because there's something new.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Okay.
End of line.
I think that's where we just end the show. Because
I wanted a little more excited about.
I wanted to do tweets instead of what you've been playing, and so I ended up I'm not going to do what you've been playing for me. I did tweets so that
CJ's been playing Mario Golf Super Rush and Dragon Quest XI-S.
There you go. Thank you, Phil. Thank you.
Go.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment,
that was a good show. I think
direct those to @P1 Podcast on the Twitters, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com, where you'll find our contact information. You will find Generation 16 episodes from Mr. Greg Seward.
Yeah, the new episode is coming along nicely. I've started actually building the video now.
Very nice. You will also find links to the things that we've talked about during this episode. You'll also find a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and other listeners. There's a Mario Golf Super Rush tournament going on as well.
That game doesn't have tournaments.
It doesn't, but they were doing a chewing gum and masking tape kind of thing.
Who knew that Mario Golf was the latest Mario Maker game where you make your own fun?
Pretty much. And you can discuss all that with us and our other listeners.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com. I believe or try that again. Or by loading up your favorite podcast listening application. We're also on Stitcher Radio. We're on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 Podcast. Greg is sending a Slack message of a YouTube link.
You don't need to look at that. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Now I'm distracted. My goodness. We're on YouTube. You can watch. Yeah. You can watch. Now he's sending more. What is this?
Those are for CJ. You just do your thing.
Oh, goodness me. Now CJ's saying thank you. I can't give my memorized air, though. You're welcome. Why did you tag me to say you're welcome to CJ? Now Greg is CJ's favorite. That just lowers my morale. I can't do this outro now. Feeling all bad.
You can watch us live on the youtube.com
There it is.
podcast.
You know what, though? Here's the thing.
What's that?
We usually record this show at 5:30 Pacific time on the Sunday nights.
Yeah.
So, follow our Twitter account, which is at P1 Podcast, to find out when we are doing our next live show. And like I was saying before I was so crudely interrupted, you can watch video archives of our old shows on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Nope.
You do know, because I mentioned this earlier. It has been 100 weeks since our fabled episode 666.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. I tried to get the devil on this week, but CJ was like, "No, I'm in a hotel in Georgia. I can't do that.
I can't do it.
I can't pitch down a voice." I get you. Don't worry. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, if you like what you've heard, how could you? You can head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. If we get enough money, we can force CJ to stay in Georgia.
Or send me to Seattle.
What's that?
There you go.
Or send me to Seattle to visit you guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe.
They ever open the borders.
Greg, maybe we can do both. Then it's just you and me, pal.
I like this plan.
No.
See how that works?
No.
See how that works? Of course, your Patreon funds do help run our show, help keep all the back doors swinging wide, doing all those little... Are
we talking about CJ's doctor visit again? Or
Yes, indeed.
Back doors swinging wide.
Oh my God, it's Godzilla.
What?
We just that's a sewer shark reference.
Shark line.
Oh, okay.
It's Godzilla.
Godzilla.
The big old sewer rat comes. We should do a. We
Right
should
out the
do
back door.
We should do a playthrough of Sewer Shark with just us doing commentary.
That'd be good.
Yeah, we could probably between us do the whole opening dialogue. I know I have it memorized.
Just might keep you off the wall. Anyway.
All right.
CJ's giving me the.
Come on.
CJ's getting ready to play you off.
I know. Boy. But straight now. Greg's telling me to stretch it out. Stretch it out. Okay. It helps. Helps our show. It helps our show. Oh, now CJ's on Slack.
Wait, I gotta go check Slack to see what CJ said.
Go ahead. Yeah, now he's threatening to take the outro away from me. He wants to give it to you. Your funds do, of course, help run the show, and just like the old times, says Greg, if you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 tier, you gain access. Oh, $5 tier.
Cheap.
There it is. You get access to a special weekly bonus episode. We record it right after this. We play games, crack wise, having fun doing all the stuff we can't do on the regular show. CJ,
yeah,
we have a game or something this week while you were so far away from your stack of EGMs.
Yeah, we have an EGM review game, July 1991.
91
sounds complicated.
Get ready.
We're going back in time.
Yeah,
and if you want a sample of these bonus shows, CJ, such a generous lad, on Thursday nights we'll post one of our old ones from a couple years ago. It's fine. They're evergreen. We're talking about old games and trivia quizzes and crap like that. So give it a listen. I think you'll enjoy it.
It's not offensive in any way, so you won't hate it.
Well, I guess it depends on your feelings.
You
about
shouldn't
us.
hate it.
Well, you shouldn't, but we'll see what we can do. Hey, if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to patreon.com/generation16 to help support Greg Stewart's outstanding, and it does stand out, web series about North America's favorite second banana, the Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Philip. Yeah, the latest episode is coming along really nicely. Starting to add video to the project file, which is always sort of the fun last step to creating an episode. And I think this one's going to be a good one. And if you are a supporter of the $5 variety,
also cheap,
you get access to my weekly video blogs called The Weekly Commute, where I don't actually go anywhere, but I sit and talk to you about how the new episode is going, some of the other video projects I'm working on, some of my research, some interesting things that I found, talk about my game room, what I've been playing, all kinds of different stuff. Just sit and chat for about 10 minutes to all you wonderful supporters. So please consider supporting the show at the $5 per episode level.
Nice. Very nice. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
CJ?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Philip. I was on the Nintendo Shack podcast last week talking about the OLED Switch, by the way. I'll link that in the show notes as well if people want to check that out.
Well, okay.
Okay. But thank you, Phil. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Sure. No, that's you got it, buddy. Anything for you. Anything for you, Gregory.
Yo.
Thank you as well.
Thank you, Philip. Who remembers when these outros fit into a tiny little 15-second ending tune?
Did that happen?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
When we first started,
when was this?
We actually, whatever the ending file was that we were using, it was this little piano thing. I don't know how long it was, but it wasn't even a minute, I don't think.
No.
And CJ and I were very careful to make sure the outro fit into that and still had a little bit of time to play at the end.
There's no reason for that.
And then I started looping it, and then I just stopped.
And just gave up.
Yeah. Maybe start doing American Pie over the outro.
Not long enough.
No.
Maybe
Green Grass and High Tides.
You can fade American Pie into
not even the extended version of Tainted Love would cover this anyway,
but would be fitting.
Yeah. Put that thing away, CJ. My goodness.
All right, we ready to go? We going?
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
And of course, thank you, our listeners. We love all of you. Wear your masks. Get your shots. Do whatever you want to do. You know what? Do what you want to do. I don't friggin' care.
I care.
Wow.
Phil just gave you good advice.
I
care.
I did. We love
Bye,
you.
everybody.
See you next week.
Bye.